We are back. Really. Hello, hello, hello. We're gonna have a little echo today. Sorry about that. Can y'all hear me? Okay. All right. I want to get into this. I want to get into this. Um, we a little weird today. It's not I might hear a little echo, but we're gonna keep it going. All right, y'all. So I want to talk about communication. Yeah, I want to talk about communication today. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna get right into it. So I was saying before we kind of got disconnected last time that communication is everything and getting access to what it is that you want. Communication. The better of a communicator you are, the better of a convincer you are, the more access you can get to what it is that you want. Do we understand? So it's important for us to teach our children, to teach all the young people how to communicate. We are living in a time, well, it's always been an issue with kids. Um, my mom said, I believe it's important to allow children to be heard. This is true. This is true. The reason that you want kids to sort of get in the habit of being heard is that you don't want them to shut down, right? We want vibrant, happy, excited children. That's what we want. We don't want kids that are all shut up and shut down. We don't want that. Alina, how are you? Where you chatting in from? Hello, Eduardo. Where you chatting in from? All right, y'all. So this is going to be very important. Let me get into some points that I want to make. When we are in our emotions and feelings about things or things does not go our way, so a lot of people's triggers are when they don't get access or to what they want or they're told no. That's a lot of people's triggers. This is that simple. And what people do instead of focusing on communicating better, what the average person does is they become emotional, they sort of shut down, they act out. Now, I want to tell you guys, acting out is a way to get you further away from what it is that you want. Right now, everybody's focusing on the behavior and not what it is that you want. Communication is everything. So, in not shutting kids down, the comment is it makes them feel validated in what they think matters. Why do you feel sad, Eduardo? Where are you chatting in from, Eduardo? Before we keep going, where are you chatting in from? All right, y'all. So, also remember, it is very, very easy and sensitive to offend people. We understand that, right? It is very easy and sensitive to offend people. Okay. So communication is everything. The biggest wars have started from communication and being off. We have to be mindful of how we communicate, our body language, what we say, how we say it. Communication is just everything. It really is. Sorry. So, how old are you, Eduardo? How old are you? And listen, if we are dealing with mean friends, they are not our friends. We need to get mean friends away from us. Okay? They are not our friends. Kids tend to be mean. Oh, you're 9? Yeah. Kids tend to be mean, honey. Stick in there. Tell the teacher, tell an adult when you are dealing with any form of bullying. Don't just let it be something that you deal with on a daily basis and you are not letting people know. And listen, Eduardo, don't act out because this is happening to you because everybody's going to focus on what you're doing wrong and not on solving your problem. That's all they're going to focus on is what you're doing wrong. We don't want that. We want your problem solved. Yeah, that's all. Just play with your other friends. Play with friends who don't make you feel no type of way. That's who you play with. That's right. That's what you do. All right, y'all. So communication has become something that's a little different now because of all of the technology, because of all of the social media. Communication is so different, right? Can we agree on that? It used to be a time where you had to present yourself, you had to be, just good at kind of charming or expressing yourself or being a good salesperson. You had to be all those things to kind of be successful. Now the climate is changing a little bit. I mean, we've had the internet for a long time now, but the way it's being used now and with AI, I think I'm gonna do a live on AI. Who wants to hear a live on AI? If anybody wants to hear a live on AI, please let me know. So AI can communicate for people now. Like things are changing so much, and the disconnect between human connections is getting it's like so much more prevalent now. So we have to be mindful of our communication. We do. We do. You do you want to if you want a live done on AI, just type AI and I'll do a live giving all my sentiments about AI, what I like about it, and what you should kind of be aware of. I think it's a personally, I think AI is a good thing. I want to explain to y'all why. I hope we can do a live on AI. I hope y'all want to hear about it because I do think it's a good thing. I don't think it's like, oh, it's taking over. I don't. We listen, y'all. We have to get on board. You have to. It's the productivity that AI is going at. We have to like understand it because you're gonna spend so much. Like you're gonna spend probably 100 times more hours than if you knew how to use AI to your benefit. It's that drastic. So we have to know what's going on. We have to use it to our benefit. No AI. I hear you, Eduardo. I hear you. I hear you. It's y'all want to say this because there's a lot of people who are like, no, no, and I wish we could stop it. We can't though. So that's all I want to say. We can't stop it. So we have to figure out a way to make it work for our benefit. Okay, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. All right, y'all. Listen, y'all. Communication is something that we can't get away from. I know AI is kind of changing the landscape. I know all the technology. I know everything is kind of, but it's still a communication between two human beings, even when we are using AI to kind of foster tools and different tasks for our businesses and things like that. It's still communication between two people, right? My mom said, don't be afraid of AI. Instead, embrace it and use it as a tool for your benefit. This is true. We have to use it for as a tool because it's not going anywhere. It's not like everybody's against it and it's going to disappear. It is here. It is a monster. It is changing the landscape of how everything is done. So we can't just ignore it too much longer. It just can't be, and you will be far behind. It's doing so many things at a rapid rate. It's unbelievable. But I'll get into that another live. Please like, comment, and subscribe from wherever you are. I cannot see the Facebook. I can't see anything on Facebook. All right, y'all. When it comes to relationships, communication is everything. It's everything. It helps. The better of a communicator that you are, the better your relationships will be. How do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about that? Now, some people you can communicate clear with and still not get access to what you want. That's true too. But communication is going to be everything to, your family dynamics, your, friendships, everything in your life. Communication is going to be everything because like there's so much going on, guys. There's so much going on. Like people are like, I don't know, moving so fast. People are so easily offended. Oh my God. People take themselves so seriously. People are easily offended. People are like, they didn't speak to me today. Oh my God. The one way to really make somebody upset is to not speak to them. The human being does not like not being acknowledged. What do you mean you get hurt, Eduardo? Did you subscribe to the channel? I want to make sure you are on these lives so we can keep in touch, okay? Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I want to know something, y'all. Are we getting better at communicating or not? Where do you think, as a whole, all of us are going? I mean, I remember growing up, if you couldn't express yourself, I'm not saying, I mean, that was everything. I don't know if the kids have to express themselves as much anymore. Kids are becoming so like they're going like in an introverted manner, like they're going to devices and like I don't know. Yeah. Where are we at in terms of communication? Is this still something that you guys feel is necessary? All right, y'all. Let me get into some more topics. Let me get into some more topics about this. Do you know that your pay, like what you get paid, is based on how well you can communicate? Like everything is from that. Everything. Like you are completing tasks at work. Let me read this comment. Art Johnson. Kids are cooked. This generation grew up glued to a screen and they want to restrict that. The kids will go crazy. Nah, it's true. I mean, so once kids get addicted to the screen, we have things called screen therapy. Like it's a real thing where we have to like it's like an addiction to that magnitude where you have to go through a therapy with the child to wean them off of the screen. Screen therapy is like a major thing right now. And yeah, these kids can't communicate. They don't know how to talk to adults. Do y'all remember it was a certain way you talk to adults? And I tell kids this all the time. Adults have access to everything that you want. They have access to jobs. They have access to everything. Like everything that you need to go through an adult to get. So when you don't even know how to talk to an adult with mannerisms, with manners and certain mannerisms that get you ahead, like it's certain things that you do in respect of an adult. These kids just neglect all of that. Do y'all know communication comes nonverbal mostly? Do y'all know that? And because these kids are not interacting face to face in their lives, they don't know anything about the nonverbal communication that comes with talking. So they're offending the, everybody across the board in person. Like, not to mention some of these kids, not to mention some of these kids are in situations where their parents are only 20 something years old. They're 13, the parents 29. The parent isn't able to communicate, so let alone the child isn't. And then people get emotional too quickly before they get to understand it. So no understanding is heard. The point of communication is to understand each other, to get to some sort of resolution, to get to some sort of result. So when the opposite happens, where communication becomes emotional, and that's all that's all the children learn is to handle things with emotions. Now we're getting so further away from what it is that we want. Now we're acting out of frustration. So it's so many behaviors that go along with it instead of just communicating clearly, this is what I want, and getting access to it. All right. The comment said, especially now, it's important to engage in conversations with your children, allow them to express what they are thinking. That's another thing, too. People are shutting these kids down and putting a device right in front of their face. This is exactly true. The comment is being polite will take you a long way. Don't you know? I think kids think that I don't know, they're like changing the rules. They think that they can just, I don't know, be aggressive and get what they want. Oh, we're not doing what the people did before us. We're not being all polite. They just make their own rules. People are polite because it works. Like, they say be humble. People are humble and because it keeps you vigilant, it keeps you aware, it keeps you on your toes, right? It allows for success to come to kind of be. When you are not humble, there is no room for success to be. Also, how are we communicating with children when we are frustrated? How are we communicating with them? There is a fine line between you being abused and you being the abuser. There's a fine line. Remember that. You definitely want to converse with your children. It helps to guide them. Yeah. Y'all, we're in a weird climate and it is at a disadvantage for the children. It really is. And then the children, right? They are so confident. Oh my God. Just go into a middle school and just look at how confident the children are. Oh, it's unbelievable. I remember we were younger. My friends in high school, we were so confident. We thought we knew everything. We really did. So imagine these kids think they know everything. You can't even talk to them. The sweet spot to really get a kid is from like birth to about 8, 9. That's the sweet spot. After that, they too confident for me. They think they know everything. You definitely want to converse with children. It helps to guide them. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And then when you watch the video from wherever you are, please tell me what you want talked about. I do want to get into different aspects of mental health, emotional health, and also financial health. I want us to be good financially. I mean, I know that that's a big factor in jeopardizing our happiness. I know that. So I want to make sure that we are all super equipped to be able to get the things that we want in life so we can be happy. The whole purpose of this platform is to get you from where you are to happiness. I want to make sure that this happens. All right, y'all. Let me talk a little bit more about communication. Then we're gonna go over our scale. I can't see Facebook. Let me see. I see something. I see something, Miss Danelle. Let me see if I can respond to what you're saying. Oh, thanks for hold on, let me see if I can see what you're saying. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the love, Miss Danelle. The comment is it's frustrating when you are communicating a point and the other person isn't listening. This is frustrating. So that's one of the points I want to get to. It makes you shut down. I'm so glad you brought this up. I'm so glad you brought this up. Listen to me, guys. Listen to me, guys. Please listen to me. If you don't listen to nothing else in this whole live, please listen to this. Gone are the days where we go back and forth with people who are determined not to understand what we're saying. Gone are those days. Do you hear me? That has to stop. My mom said hi, Mr. Nell. That has to stop. She said, "Hey, sis. Listen, y'all. We're not going back and forth of this is gray and this is light blue. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Let me tell y'all something. This is a huge waste of your energy. This, when I tell you this dampens the spirit so bad, and everybody does it. I remember growing up, I would hear boys, the male species, young and old, going back and forth about sports. I mean, getting so passionate and aggressive. And I used to think, dang, that's a lot. But in my studies of people and happiness, this is something I have found. It's a direct, it goes directly against your happiness, guys. Going back and forth about absolutely nothing. Get out of the cycle. Like, don't do it. Soon as you feel it in a conversation where you are communicating, soon as you feel it where it's going back and forth and it's not going to any resolution, it's not like there are points made and you're like, oh, okay, you can see things their way and they can see things your way. If it's not going like that, and it's just the person is determined to go against everything you're saying, it's all good. But how good is it if that conversation turns into 10 seconds versus 4 hours? How great is that? We can go on about our day. It's almost like it didn't even exist. But so many people go through a spiral. Now it's hours of arguing about absolutely nothing. My mom still, my mom, so yeah, this is true. So my mom said they intend to shrink you by not acknowledging your point. So there are people who take an antagonistic approach. Look, what do I deal with every day when I'm on here with y'all? Trolls. I deal with trolls every day when I'm on here with y'all. I don't acknowledge them a lot. I just look at the comment and keep it moving. Um, but there are people who set out the internet is a platform for antagonistic people, but the whole world is full of them. Don't let it be a part of your day. Hear me, y'all. That's not communication. That's not it. It's just somebody trying to feel better. They have some sort of disruption within them. They want to feel better and they just want to antagonize every perspective that you come up with. Or they just don't see things your way. That's cool. That's cool. Check out of the conversation. Real smooth. You know what? I see your point. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. We're not standing on a corner arguing for an hour about this blue and that's gray. We've done this for years, guys. We have done this for years, and gone are those days. We are not doing it. We are not doing it. That's over. Yeah, no more back and forth. D- some people enjoy it. I don't. Okay, some people actually enjoy it. They love. I can take a good debate. I can. Has to be some good points made. Can't be no. We're not wasting our time like that. Your spirit be all messed up. We ain't doing that. Communication gets you access to everything that you want, even your happiness. Communication gets you access to your happiness. When you are making connections with people, mom, you know that's my thing right now. So the comment is talk to people who actually value what you have to say. That is my number one mantra. Like that is everything. If you guys listen to me, I'm taking it that you kind of think similar to me. Uh, Listen, y'all, that's it. That's it. There are going to be people who they don't want to hear nothing you have to say. There are people who think I should shut up because I'm a woman. It's just what it is. But there are also people who say whatever is being said helps me. That's where my work is. My work is not for the people who are naysayers. I want you to take on the same approach. There are a bunch of people in the world. We don't need to spend our time with people who are directly against everything that you represent. Everything about you, they are directly against. Don't waste your time there. It's too many people. My mom said, also read the room, pivot your conversation accordingly. Love it. Love it. Love it. Um, like I was saying, a part of communication, a lot of communication is nonverbal, right? And our kids are missing this because they are super into the digital world. So they are missing the nonverbal cues that come with communication. Something very slight can offend somebody. Just in how you adjust yourself could offend somebody. Or it can make them more endeared to you, something very slight. Do y'all know that these communication tactics are the difference sometimes between millions of dollars? What I'm saying is not a game. I hope you understand the gravity of what I'm trying to get across. The way you give off in your nonverbal communication is the difference between somebody really trusting you and not at all. And they could have had access to something severe for you. I'll pick up on it. Let me tell y'all something about me. I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. I'm not quick when it comes to assessing people. I'm not quick. I will get there though. That's the one thing about me. I'm gonna get there. I'm just not quick. But I will get there eventually. I have realized that about myself. The comment is don't allow anyone to make you feel like what you feel doesn't matter. Yeah. And once they make you feel like that, guys, put your energy in the people who make you feel like you matter. Put your energy there. Trust me. Trust me. If you are giving energy, you need a way of it to be reciprocal. Because if not, you are deading your energy. We are not deading our energy. Remember, I tell y'all all the time energy equals income. So if you are just deading your energy by interacting with people who devalue you, if you are deading your energy there and nothing's being reciprocated back to you, right? Because there are energy suckers. There are people who look for people who are excited about life, right? Right? They look for people who are super excited and all that, and they gravitate to it to transfer energy with that. It is very hard. I'm telling you. I work at it every day. Like it is very hard to get to where I am in life. Where am I at? I'll be 42 in a week or so. Coming up very soon. I'll be 42. But a lot of y'all are around my age, older than me, and tell me, isn't it hard to just get through life and keep that happy, vibrant spirit? Isn't that hard? You know why? Because when people see it, they want it. They want it. They want that energy. They want it. I'm trying to the things that I go over on this platform is to get you to get the energy, and to get you to get the happiness, and to protect it with everything in you. It's not easy for me to keep the happiness locked in because I have to set strict boundaries that are not fun. It's not fun. Right? Right. I can't go, the boundaries I set, it makes me live a very strict life. But I can assure you, once you achieve the happiness I am trying to get there for get you to get to, you will protect it with everything in you as well. Remember, when you start experiencing happiness from just going over these different subjects that we go over, and if you want to hear about all the subjects, please go and key sticking to it, all one word on YouTube. And there is a bunch of topics, guys. We have covered probably over 50 topics. I don't even know how many topics, but go on YouTube, keep sticking to it, all one word, and you will see every topic. And please, guys, go over everything. And if something relates, or if there's a topic that you want to, that's bothering you today, click on that topic. All of the topics are designed to get you to happiness because those are things that are attacking your happiness that we have gone over. My mom said leeches, vampires. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. And people get mad. I'm gonna tell you this too. People get mad when you have this energy that is so contagious and addictive because it's like rare because everybody's so dampened because they allow other people to transfer their energy. They used to be vibrant, they used to be happy, but they allow other people to sort of transfer energies with them, right? So people get mad when you are just this nice seemingly person and happy person and you don't allow them access to transfer energies with you. People get mad. So be prepared when you set boundaries for people to get mad. Who cares? Your happiness is so much more important than that. Okay. And I say it all the time. That's a telltale sign of who is really there for you. When you set a boundary and they understand, that's people who truly love you. If you set a boundary and people get upset, that's somebody who was probably trying to use you. Mom, you are a true key sticking to it trooper. You are like the number one key sticking to it trooper. So my mom said, unfortunately, happiness is always being attacked. Keep God as your foundation, and no one can dim your light. Y'all, from wherever you are, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are just being just so in the bag today, can you please share the video? That helps the platform, guys. Sharing the video, sharing the video. But this is what I talk about all the time. Your happiness is constantly being attacked. It is constantly being attacked. There's bad news hitting your phone all the time, right? Not hopefully not all the time, but there will come times where there's bad news hitting your phone, right? There are people with emotions, feelings. You have feelings toward things people do. You have to. It's just a constant thing. If everybody, if so, there are so many areas of our lives. We have to be strong. We have to do the work on a consistent basis to be strong in those areas, so that when there is an attack, we have a fortress. We're good financially. We're good in our relationships. We're good with our family. We're good with work. We're good with like fitness and health. And we're good in all of those areas. So when something attacks it, we have such a fortress built, it can't just collapse us and take our happiness away like that. When you are weak in every area, let me tell y'all a secret. Predators can sense when you are weak in certain areas. They look for it. They fill the void that they feel is missing from you. A repellent to a predator is taking great care of every area of your life. They start to realize, dang, she a little too in shape. She a little too, dang, her money a little too up. Dang, she carry herself with such confidence. Oh, she a little happy. They love the ones that look all down and out. They want to be the savior. Pick your head up, girl. You looking good today. They want, but what can they say to you when you are already happy with or without them? You are already financially good with or without them. You are in shape. You are what? Predators find somebody else. that they can pray on. My mom said, "I'm your biggest fan, daughter. You truly are. You are amazing. Keep up the good work." Oh, thank you, mama. Y'all gotta keep the comments chill so I don't be on here crying. The comment is, if we could communicate better, we could learn and grow together. This is true. This is true, guys. This is true. Instead, I'm gonna tell y'all what happens. We get in our feelings. I'm telling y'all. Listen, y'all, people take themselves way too serious. I've never seen nothing like it in any other species. We take ourselves so seriously that we are so easily offended. We are. One little gesture, I'm telling you, one little thing, and a person is like, what they think. What they are balled up. Like if we could communicate a little better, expressing what it is that we feel and what we want, we can get what we can get access to the things that makes our lives better. Instead, everybody's emotional. Everybody's emotional. All right, y'all. Let's do our scale. We getting late in the live. We getting a little late in the live. We still got a lot of time left, but we getting late in the live. All right, y'all. How well do we communicate? How well do we? And I don't mean communicate here. I don't mean here. I don't mean texting. We getting into texting next, but let me do the scale real quick. How well do we communicate? One, we need help. We need help. We get emotional, so our point don't get across the way we want it to. 10, we are great communicators. We get access to everything we want. We getting paid the most money. We getting the access to the best people. We got everything we want at our fingertips because we are great communicators. Where are we at? Where are we at? Who am I talking to? Where are we at? Where are we at? Who am I talking to? So traditionally, I was always told traditionally that the best salesperson, whoever's a great salesperson, normally is paid the most. Like a salesperson, that's basically somebody who can convince you. Ego will listen, y'all. Ego will never get you happiness. Okay, succumbing to the ego, you will never experience happiness. But let me just read the comment. Don't allow your ego to determine your happiness. Get out of your own way and don't take yourself so seriously. Life is a gift, enjoy it. The ego, which is your sense of self, okay? That's all the ego is your sense of self. Because people say ego all the time, nobody really explains it. On this page, I explain everything. I explain everything that is loosely used in culture. I try to explain it. Ego is just your sense of yourself. That's it. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I used to sitting before you today and focusing on happiness, and I hope as time goes on, you start to experience happiness based off of the things that I talk about. It's not an easy thing, so I don't expect it quickly. But I used to, not in an ego sense, but my happiness would be determined on if my business was doing good or not. It's true. No, to anybody who is watching this, who's in business, and that's where your happiness lies, you're at the mercy of just being at an up and down sort of like emotional state in your happiness. It's so hard to separate from uh, success and that kind of being parallel to your happiness. But we can't attach to things that are tumultuous for our happiness. That's why I say you can't attach to people for your happiness. People are flawed. People are made flawed. God made people flawed. So if a person is your happiness, you understand people. So that includes your children, your parents, your significant other. Those are the three relationships I tell you all the time that hold the most weight in your life. Those three: your parents, your children, and your significant other. They will always be able to affect you the most and impact you the most emotionally. Never put your happiness in people. I don't even agree with putting your happiness in goals. I just don't. Because there are going to be times where you achieve the goal, there are going to be times you don't. We just can't we just can't do that. You put your faith and happiness in God. And I'm gonna tell you this. Some people, Imaya. Imaya, are you still in school, Imaya? I think the kids are slowly getting out of school. That's why they all on the live right now. My mom said God is the only true, pure happiness. This is true, mom. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. People want certain outcomes, and when they don't get it, they become mad at God. Who goes through that? I mean, this is like something that people don't like talking about. You out of school, Imaya? Did you pass? Did you pass all of your grades? Did you like pass? Did you pass all of your grades? Y'all, there is not much we can put our happiness into without being disappointed. Seriously. Like, we can't put it into money. We can't put it into people. We can't put it into just things that you can touch. You understand? Instead, happiness comes from our efforts. Just knowing you did everything you could today. That's where happiness comes from. Knowing that you are living the truest, highest version of yourself. And that's hard to do. It's not easy to do, but the reward is great. I mean, what's the other options? Sit there, check out. That's so one of the things we talked about on here in one of the lives was keep going. My mom said, learn to love yourself, flaws and all. Yeah. And see, with that though, there's a lot of things that come with loving yourself. It is. It's hard. It's hard to even love yourself. Because sometimes loving yourself means that you have to cut off everything that you've ever known. You have to separate from people that was your comfort, right? Because they just might not be good for you. But when you truly, the more you love yourself, um, there's a topic that I really want to work on and talk more about. But I firmly believe that you have to understand that you are the star player of your life. You, no, nothing else matters. You are the star player. If the star player is not good, happy, well fed, satisfied, every area of life poured into that star player, nothing else matters. The game won't be won. The game won't be won. You are the star player. All right, basic communication. Let's talk about texting. Y'all, texting. So before texting, it was emails. I remember when texting started. How many people on here remember when texting started? I thought it was going to be when texting started. I thought it was going to be something that was temporary and just stopped. I don't know why, but it kept going. We still text to this day. That was like texting started like 30 years ago. I remember it was the 90s the first time I text. Yep, it's the 90s. But before that, it was emails. Now, let me tell you something about texting and emailing. Okay. So much room for misinterpretation with text and email. Do not have serious conversations on text and email. It's too much room, especially if you don't know the person well. Don't do that. So, all right, y'all, when you are communicating in an email, be mindful of accusatory words, right? Be mindful of saying you, because you didn't, because you were aggressive, because you just say I. If you are doing an email and it's at work, just say I. I felt a little upset at how you were talking to me. I don't say you were mean or you were aggressive. You. Don't say you. Remember, guys, we're communicating to get access to what we want. Y'all get emotional. Don't get me wrong. If I'm triggered, I'm emotional as well. I get it. I know how, that's why I tell y'all identify triggers right away because triggers will help you stay focused because you will avoid those. We have to avoid our triggers. We have to manage our triggers well. We have to. My mom said, God made us all wonderful and beautifully made. Embrace yourself with things that feed your soul. It, so jumping over there real quick, I'm gonna get back to the messaging because the messaging is very important because this is how we communicate. I think every person on here that's listening to me, I think everybody texts and emails every day. I think we all do. But I want to say this. When it comes to like giving yourself the things that feed your soul, here's the issue with that, mom. I just want to say this is the issue with that. People have become so conditioned to doing everything outside of themselves that they don't even know what it is that feeds their soul. They don't even know what they like. They don't have time. They're so focused on everybody's needs around them that they have not focused on their needs once. That's a huge problem. If that is you, if you are somebody who's like, I don't know what my purpose is, I don't know what I like, that is your number one duty right now. Stop everything. This is a state of an emergency. If you are someone who does not know what you like, this is a state of an emergency for you. Like you have to, this is the best job you'll ever do in your life is identifying the things that you like. If you are somebody who doesn't understand what I'm saying, do it. I've given this assignment many times on here, but this is something I want you to do. This is something I want you to do. I want you to pay attention to everything that made you smile, made you laugh, gave you a great feeling. Soon as you experience that, I want you to jot down where you were, what happened, who you were around. This is very important to determining the things that you like. All right. If you are triggered and the opposite feeling happens, I want you to also jot that down on the other side of the paper. And then you at the end of the week are going to look at everything that triggered you, where you were, what happened. You'll see, I'm hoping to see patterns. I do this with my clients all the time, and this is chef's kiss. I mean, it's everything. This helps you to see because you don't even realize people are just moving. They don't even know why they have an attitude. I told you, people are in financial survival. They're also in emotional survival. The comment is you have to make sure that you check in with yourself first. Mom, and unfortunately, people don't have the space to do that, right? They live with a husband or wife and children, and they might have their parents there. It's just a whole lot that they don't even have time to focus on nothing for themselves. The time that they focus on themselves, they go outside and smoke a cigarette or they just don't have no time. You understand? So, uh, that's the problem. We need people to check more in with themselves first, just like you said. We need that. All right, y'all. Let me get back to texting and emailing and messaging. Wherever you are, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please, please, and thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video if you are feeling really good. Share the video, please. Thank you to everybody who watches the videos later. I truly appreciate it. If there's anything you want discuss, please just put in the comments from wherever you are. My mom said, pray, pray, pray the first thing in the morning. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Be mindful of your communication through texting, guys. Be mindful. I encourage you to pick the phone up if it's not a basic communication or basic message. Pick the phone up. I encourage that. Too much room for miscommunication. It just is. Like, you could be saying something one way and the person could be in a serious attitude. Mom, look who it is. Look who it is. All right. All right, y'all. Enough of communication. I gotta tell y'all something real quick. Listen, y'all. There's something real major going on in my family. It's major. You guys are gonna you guys are gonna be a part of it. Okay. Here's the thing. We had an issue that was like 25 years ago. This is real. This is real. And we are letting you guys be a part of the whole process. Okay. My mom bought this dog named Solomon, a chocolate brown cocker spaniel. It was before my brother was born because I remember he would jump up on the bassinet and rock him when he would like cry. So we're talking, my brother will be 28 this year. So we're talking, this dog was purchased like 30 years ago. Okay. So eventually, so my mom's going to tell her story. We're going to have Solomon part one. I think we're going to do like 30 parts or something. I don't even know how many parts it's going to take to kind of get everybody's story out. But at the end of it, we're taking a lie detector tests. Okay. So eventually the dog went on to kind of go crazy and bite everybody. So the mystery is not the mystery because I don't know. So my dear brother, can you believe it? My dear brother told my dear mother. So my dear brother told my dear mother that Marquita gave the dog chocolate and that's why he went crazy. Can you believe that? Now, all these years, I have stuck to the fact that I have not done this. My brother has stuck to the fact that I did do this. So we're taking a lie detector test. That's it. We're handling this once and for all. We're going to give all of our stories. I think we're going to stream live this week where all of us are talking. my mom just my mom just wrote a comment. Marquita gave my precious dog a Hershey bar. See? Which one is it? My brother said it was a Hershey kiss the other day. My brother changes the story and adds some sort of detail every time he tells the story. I don't know how, if it was 25 years ago. So my brother just messaged, it's not a mystery. Tone. So the internet was not even out on the phones 30 years ago, first of all. So for you to say I was researching something, you just listen. This is the questions I'm going to ask on the lie detector test. Because I'm going to ask 3 questions and you get to ask 3 questions, okay? My first question is, did Tony see Marquita give the dog chocolate? That's the first question. The second question is, did Tony tell my mom this because it was entertaining to him? That's the 2 things I think happened. He thinks it's entertaining. It's funny. So me, my mom, and my brother, we have this like twisted sort of like, I don't know. We are like, we interact with each other, we get in each other's heads and stuff. We know each other real well. So I think he thought it was funny for so long. My mom said, and he started biting everyone. I did not give the dog chocolate. I am the only one who knew not to give the dog chocolate because it would drive him crazy. So now, how did it turn into me being the only one knowledgeable about this to now I was the one who gave the dog chocolate? But rest assured, We are all going to give our own accounts of what happened, and it's going to lead down to lie detector tests. My mom and Tony keep texting traumatic, and Tony is adding all these extra details to the story because he's saying he was traumatized. It's just this is real. I'm like we are obviously doing this for your entertainment, to film it and everything like that, and to put it on live. But it's real, okay? It is a real situation. And anybody who remembers my mom's dog, and wants to give their account of anything, just please hit me up, and you can also say whatever you remember from Solomon. All right, y'all. Mom, you can tell your story of what happened. You can tell your story of what happened. That's real dramatic. She said, I will never forget he kept licking my face on the ride to get him euthanized. It's not funny. It's not funny. That's sad. That's real sad. Like, that's real sad. All right, y'all. So that's gonna start. See, my mom is in full belief of Tony because Tony has put this in her head for 30 years. It's a lie. Her comment is she took my dog out, y'all. But y'all believe I did something like that? Y'all can listen. Y'all can listen. Y'all can listen to the lie detector test. I think Tony know how to circumvent the test. But y'all gonna see I'm telling the truth. That's all I care about. I'm laughing because it's funny. Tony did this because he thought it was funny to begin with. He was just messing with you because he thought it was funny. Tony is entertained by this, mom. It's his entertainment. Like, how did you fall for this? This is unbelievable. Mm-mm-mm. But stay tuned, y'all. Look out for the different like sagas. We're gonna go through the whole thing. And I think in a couple months, I'm looking at like July, August, we're gonna take the lie detector test. All right, y'all. I think they setting me up because my mom talking about she got a lie detector test in the basement. Huh? Who has something like that in the basement? Like, no, y'all lining me up. We are taking it from a professional that has some 90 something percent. They both texting laughing. This is Tony's having fun with this. Don't y'all get that? It's entertainment to him. Like it's funny to him. I don't know why. He has this twisted sense of humor when it comes to me and my mom. Sorry, no. It's his entertainment. I promise you. I did not get no dog, no chocolate. It's a lie. Anyway, so stay tuned to that. It's gonna be on all the platforms. And we will start dropping the videos soon. We're gonna go live, I think this Thursday, sort of going back and forth about what happened. All right, y'all. So stay tuned for that. Where we at on the scale though, real quick before we get out of here? Where we at on the scale? How good are we at communicating? All things considered, where are we at in communicating? That's texting, that's emailing, that's in person, that's our nonverbal communication, that's all of our communication. Where are we at? Mom, you can tell your story. I have to wrap up this topic on communication. You can tell your story. She said he would bark when she tried to come in at night, when she tried to sneak in at night. It was 30 years ago. All right. So that's my motive. Come on now. Where are we at on the scale, guys? Let me hear some numbers. Where are we at on the scale? Where are we at? I think I'm good at communication. I think that when I'm triggered or emotional, it can be hard, but all things considered, um, I'm not the most emotional of people, but I can be triggered. Six. You know what, mom? I am so happy you have that level of self awareness. And y'all, based off of my brother, the same brother, okay, he says Kevin Samuels, he references Kevin Samuels, and y'all believe him? No, I'm joking. But he said Kevin Samuels said, take seven off the table and then give your answer. That's what he said. So we had to take seven off the table and give an answer. I'm using 7 sometimes, Tony. You don't control the scales on this page. I think 8. I think I'm a good communicator. I think I'm a good communicator to get access to the things that I want. I think I am. Like I said, I can be triggered and then I might get a little emotional, but I can handle it, you know. I'm not easily triggered, no. Those kids, those parents, and that significant other. Be mindful of those 3 different dynamics. It will always have the most impact on you, always. Always. So you have to have those boundaries set with those 3 entities the most. Yep. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for everybody who has chatted in and came in here and liked the video. Thank you to everybody who watches it after the video is up. I truly appreciate y'all. I will see y'all on the next live. I will not be live tomorrow. I will be live Wednesday. Please put your notifications on and I will post the topic. Love y'all.